Breaking news for you right now. It's all stemming from the spread of those protests on college campuses amid the Israeli-Hamas war. Some of those protests now turning violent. So schools from coast to coast are being forced to move classes online for safety reasons. Columbia University, there in New York, still at the center of this movement as massive protests have drawn the national spotlight. Now it's drawing House Speaker Mike Johnson to its campus to meet with Jewish students and calling for the university's president to resign. After a week of tensions there, apparently there's now some progress to break up the encampment of protesters. And that's where we find our Stephanie Ramos. She's still right there on the campus of Columbia University. So, Stephanie, where do those negotiations stand at this hour?
Well, right now we understand that university officials and representatives for those student demonstrators have agreed to keep talking for the next 2 days. I don't know if you can hear, but there is a small group of pro-Palestinian protesters that are yelling and chanting outside of the Columbia University gates here. But that's all we're seeing right now, still on the campus, on that west lawn, which is basically at the center of campus. There are still tents, but we understand that from university officials that there has been significant progress in those conversations, and students have committed to dismantling and removing some of those tents from the west lawn. We also understand that some of those conditions that were discussed last night between university officials and some of those student demonstrators was to ensure that those who are on campus and are demonstrating and are pitching tents should be affiliated with the school. Here is, we want to let you listen to an interview that we did with a student demonstrator. Here are her thoughts on what it means for Columbia University to be at the center of this solidarity movement.
I think it's incredibly inspiring. I even saw in Australia that they were doing something similar. I think it's a testament to the fact that students across the country can no longer stand by as our money is funding genocide, and we will take sacrifices and do whatever it takes to make sure that our voices are heard.
And that student and others that were with her say they are not packing up to leave. They want to see change, and as you heard, she wants her voice heard, and she's not budging like many of the student demonstrators that are camped out on the campus. Kira.
And Stephanie, now House Speaker Mike Johnson headed to where you are. What exactly does he want to achieve there on campus?
Well, we understand that House Speaker Mike Johnson will speak with Jewish students here about the current situation, not only on this college campus, but also campuses across the country. We understand that he will hold a press conference and make remarks about the anti-Semitic incidents that have occurred across the country. So we will be there for that, and we'll bring you the latest when it happens.
All right, let us know, Stephanie. We'll come right back to you. Appreciate it.